not sure what I'm gonna title this video, but obviously this is a 90s look I would do. If I had the freedom to wear makeup or express myself through makeup back in the 90s, it'd probably look something like this. I went to a high school where we had to wear uniforms, no makeup, so I couldn't really express myself through my clothes or my makeup. But if I could, I'd probably be in like that goth grunge kind of group. This is actually a very wearable look if you swipe out the black lipstick for a nude or a pink lipstick. It's really easy actually. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe and let's begin. Okay, so I'm gonna try to keep this as old school as possible. I obviously don't know what makeup or primers they used back in the 90s, but I do remember a lot of makeup that was used back like 10 years ago, like in the 2000s. So for eye primer, I'm going to be using Milani's eyeshadow primer. Obviously back then it was Urban Decay's primer potion, which I ran out of, or MAC Paint Pot. Like I don't remember any other primer than those two, and now like everyone uses concealer. But since this isn't a heavy look, I'm just going to use a primer and not concealer. And seriously, this is just as good as the Urban Decay primer potion and way cheaper. Okay, so I'm just putting that over my eyelids. Okay, so I'm going to keep the eye look pretty simple. This is actually very wearable if you don't go in with the black lip. I'm just going to use my Makeup Geek eyeshadows. Of course, back in the day it was all MAC eyeshadows. Okay, so I'm going to go in with a big fluffy brush. This is Sigma's Tapered Blending E35, and I'm going to go in with this light shade called Creme Brulee. And I'm just going to sweep that all above my crease. Okay, now I'm going to go in with a darker brown shade called Cocoa Bear and a tapered blending brush, and I'm just going to keep that on the outer third. So I'm going to try my best to just keep it here because my hand naturally wants to go like this into that curve, but I'm going to try my best to keep it just here in the outer third. Okay, so now I'm just going to use this white shade for my brow bone and my lid. This is Makeup Geek's. There is no name on it, but whatever white eyeshadow Makeup Geek has on their website is probably this. So like I said, on the brow bone and on my lid. It's funny because this is so matte. I would have never dared to put glitter on my eyes if I was doing makeup when I was younger, or just makeup back then, and then now I do is glitter everywhere. I don't want to pack the white on my lid, so I'm just going to gently brush it over my lid. I don't want it to be an obvious white color. I just want to kind of clean up my lid with that white. I'm not using a packing on brush, I'm just using a blending brush. Okay, now let's go in with a black. This is Makeup Geek's Corrupt. I'm just going to take a Sephora number 23 brush, and again, just on the outer corner. I'm just going to rub it along my lash line, kind of like eyeliner, and then swoop it in to join this dark brown. Okay, and I'm just going to softly blend it out with a taper blending brush. Okay, and now for liquid liner, I'm going to go in with NYX's Epic Ink Liner. What's funny is that I was obsessed, I still am obsessed with eyeliner, but I never knew about liquid liner for your lashes. And I remember when I first found out about it, I was like, why would you put liner up here? Even though I was so obsessed with putting eyeliner down here, but now I'm like, I need this. So back then I probably wouldn't have used this. I mean, I kind of need to if I'm going to put on lashes. Okay, so I'm just going to do my face makeup first before I do my lower lash line. So for primer, I'm going to go in with Urban Decay Self-Adjusting Complexion Primer. I do not like this primer, but I mean, I want to use it up before I buy a new one. Just the consistency, it's so weird. It's like clay and like it gets stuck everywhere, especially here in my nose. Like with other primers, that doesn't happen. So I was kind of shocked that so many people love this primer, but just, my skin does not like it. Okay, anyways, I'm not gonna go in with foundation. I feel like liquid foundation wasn't really a big thing or even a thing back then. It was all powder. So I'm gonna use a powder foundation, but I'm gonna put on a BB cream first. So for BB cream, I'm just gonna be using Tarte's Light Amazonian Clay BB Tinted Moisturizer. I usually put this on with my fingers, but I'm just gonna use a brush today. This is Sigma's Round Kabuki. Not my favorite brush, but I mean, it gets the job done. I'm not going to drag this down to my neck because it actually blends pretty well with my skin tone. And because I don't want it to mess up or touch my choker. Oh my gosh, I was obsessed with these chokers, obviously, when I was younger. I never took it off. I know that sounds disgusting. Like, I would shower with it, I would sweat and play with it on. Like, I kept it on for a good like 6 months to maybe even a year. Like, I freaking loved my choker, and I think I only had one, and they're so cheap, but I don't know, I just didn't want to take it off because I didn't want to stretch it out, and it was just basically a tattoo on my neck. Like, I couldn't feel it. I mean, that's why they call it a tattoo choker, right? Okay, now I'm just gonna go in with my Tarte Shape Tape. This whole like triangle thing wasn't a thing either. I mean, seriously, like a lot has changed in the makeup world over time. Okay, and I'm just going to set that with Colourpop setting powder. And to set the rest of my face, I'm going to be using Urban Decay's All Nighter setting powder. See, like, this was foundation back in the day, these pressed powders. I'm just going to be lazy and use my beauty blender to stamp this on. Okay, now let's go back to the under eyes. I'm going to go back in with that darker brown Cocoa Bear and just run that along my lower lash line. And now I'm gonna go in with black. If you want this to kind of still be in that cat eye shape, you can just put the black right here on the outer third, but I love my eyeliner, so I'm just gonna put it everywhere. See, I mean, you can just keep it right there and blend it out. Just make your eyes a little bit bigger, but no, I'm putting this everywhere. That's a little bit too low. I'm gonna clean that up, but I loved bringing my eyeliner super low. Like I haven't slept in days. I don't know why. But you know, when you look back on your younger pictures, you're like, why? Why did I look like that? Why did I dress like that? Okay, so I'm gonna go back in with my Epic Ink and make a little wing here in the inner corner. I know I look pretty scary, but I am gonna clean that up. Okay, let's take it old school with the lashes too. I'm just going to be using Ardell's Demi Wispies. I'm just going to add a little bit of Milk's Kush Mascara before I put those on. Okay, so let's put on lipstick before we do anything else because it does take a long time for that lipstick to dry. So for lip liner, I'm just going to use a regular black eyeliner. I mean, I don't think there's any difference. I'm just going to be using NYX's Retractable eyeliner. I'm going to finally put these to use because I never use them, but I have so many of them. So I'm just going to use this as a lip liner. Okay, so this is just as bad as an eyeliner. So I wouldn't recommend this at all. This is NYX's retractable liner. I just have to find a way to use these up. Okay, so for lipstick, which I love, I've only used it once, but I really like it, especially the formula and obviously the color, even though it's a black. So this is NYX's Glitter Gold lipstick in Oil Spill. Like, I don't even know why I'm showing you, because it's just black. So it's basically like those glitter flip lipsticks where you just wait and then you press your lips together and it becomes glitter. I don't know why I've been liking them so much. My past 2 makeup videos, I've used Sugar Pills glitter lipstick. And this just looks so cool. It's like blue and black. And it smells like candy. It's black, but like you can see a blue tint in there. It's so pretty. I haven't flipped these yet because I only used it once. And it took so long to dry, like it didn't even dry. So I didn't even try flipping it. But obviously I'm gonna do that today. Hopefully it doesn't look like a completely different color. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, so while we're waiting for that to dry, I'm gonna go back in with mascara for my lower lash line. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with bronzer. This is Bahama Mama's bronzer. I feel like bronzing and contouring wasn't that huge back then, and I feel like it really kicked off around the time like Kim Kardashian was doing it. I feel like that's when everyone was like, oh, what is she doing to her face, and became really big. I mean, obviously there was bronzing and contouring back then, but I feel like that's when it really got big. I'm just gonna tap that on. And then blend it out. So I'm not gonna put any blush, not just because I'm not into blush, but I feel like blush doesn't really go with a goth kind of grunge look. Let's go on to highlighter. Highlighter was obviously not a big thing back then. I don't remember how it became big, but I remember when it first started coming out, everyone, especially like us oily girls, were like, why would you put something shiny on your face? Like, why? And it's so funny because now like we all can't live without highlighter. So I'm gonna use my most subtle highlighter I have, which is xoBeauty's Lucent Highlighter. Like, it's not glittery, but you can still kind of see it, but it's not like pow highlighter. So yeah, I don't even know how highlighter became a thing or who started it, but like I said, when it came out, everyone was like, why would you want to put highlighter to make it look like you have an oily face? But I mean, hey, the makeup industry made so much money out of it. Like, what else can they make that will make us buy it, you know? Because we all lived without highlighter back then. See, it's like nice and glowy, it's not too much. Okay, so it kind of feels dry. It's not sticking to my finger, so hopefully it is dry. Let's see how this looks. Oh, a little bit got off, but let's see. Ooh. Okay, so it's blue. Oh, that's so pretty. Ooh. I don't know why, but that actually kind of looks wearable to me. Like, it's black, but it's blue. But oh my gosh, I freaking love this lipstick. The formula is actually better than Sugar Pill's glitter one that I've been using lately. Because every time I use the Sugar Pill one, every time I press my lips together, all the pigment comes out. And I think because it dries down really dry. And since this is still slightly, like, it feels moisturizing, but not really dry or wet. So when I do the little, like, no lipstick comes off. Oh my gosh, that's such a pretty color. So I haven't tried the other NYX Glitter Gold lipstick, but I mean, if this is a formula for all the other ones, oh my gosh, this is a really great formula. Because even though it is a liquid lipstick, it didn't dry and like clump to all my wrinkles like liquid lipsticks usually do. And when I went to flip it, it didn't flake off like the Sugar Pill one did. So I'm actually super impressed with this lipstick, and it's so pretty. Look at the blue. Am I crazy, or does it actually look like kind of wearable? Okay guys, that's it for my 90s look. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.